The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to reviewparty.com. I am Brent.
I am Matt.
This is episode 250 of this here Review Party podcast. What does that mean for you? Nothing too different than any other week. We're going to read some reviews, gonna make some jokes. The reviews are from the internet, places like Kohl's, Yelp, Amazon, Target, IMDb, Google. I got to get out of the habit of front-loading Kohl's.
It's such a mine. It's such a deep well. We return to it again and again.
We just never go there, and so I say it as a joke, but like it's just lost on people. Maybe that's what makes it such a good joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brainstormed for. We've been thinking about 250 coming up for a year plus. I feel like it's
probably
been, on our minds, on our talking about it a little bit, and we totally failed to come up with a cool thing to do for y'all. But I think that failure is a success. This episode will just be chill, casual, fun. You know, just more of the good stuff. What else do you want?
Yeah, just know that once we hit stop on the recording, we're gonna sit a little taller. We're gonna breathe a little deeper. We're gonna burn a bit brighter.
That little hump I got going in the back of my neck, it's just gonna be gone.
Yeah.
I do have a light theme to my reviews. The thing is, the audience, unless you're a super, super fan or a listener who knows us in real life, I don't think you'd ever guess them, but you're going to guess it pretty quick, Matt, so I don't know if I should just say it.
Just go for it. Well, yeah. I usually bring a lot of stuff that I like, and I always sort of, sorry guys, I'm just bringing one I like, and I pull that one sometimes, but I never bring anything that Matt likes. So I brought a bunch of stuff that I know Matt loves, which is funny because there's so much crossover in the stuff we appreciate. But I guess I did bring some stuff that I don't really like. This is just for you. Oh my god, catch-up reviews or something?
I could have done that. I don't know, would that even be torturous for me to look at? I would just sort of scoff at people as though they were of lower intelligence or something.
Oh my goodness. I just looked down. I forgot I was going to do this before we actually got into anything. In honor of the 250, I'm looking at my recording setup.
Yeah.
So what's always sitting within arm's reach.
The hot dog.
Indeed. The G Fuel Sanic Chili Dog energy formula that I purchased. It's probably been 3 years ago by now, at least.
So funny.
And it's just been sitting here because it is vile. G Fuel is energy drinky power brain and body boost for gamers and good boys and girls.
Kool-Aid with caffeine in it.
Yeah, and they released this awful mmmmm Sanic variety. And it's the worst thing, but I'm going to crack it.
My god.
It has a way of just crawling into your nose.
It's still scented? There's still a scent? That's crazy.
It was like not bad at first, and then it just went and grabbed. Now my eyes are watering.
And you're in
vile.
A closet too, right? You're contained with that smell.
I am. Yeah, I've got my makeshift sound blocking, which is scent trapping as well.
All right, now the vibe is truly set. I think I'll read a review here. I'll read one that makes you happy.
Okay.
Start right off the cuff from GameStop.com. Got a couple of reviews. for Banjo Kazooie.
Oh, man.
For this first one is the N64 edition, of course.
Yes.
I wanted, at first the idea was to get a bunch of negative reviews of stuff you like, just to sort of torture you and make you soapbox, but the old Jake A here says it all, really. This game is almost perfect. First off, I'm horrified that this game even has one low review on here. This game is almost perfect. I think it is absolutely peak of the late 90s platformers / collectathons. The worlds are colorful and inviting. Players will feel encouraged to explore the area thoroughly. The game is filled with memorable and charming characters. If you're not enjoying this game, the soundtrack is worth a listen alone. Or you'll be whistling the theme of Click Clock Wood for the rest of your life. Anyways, the original N64 is fantastic, and this HD port with enhancements makes the game even better. Do yourself a favor and download the game next time you're looking for a classic retro experience. You'll love it. 5 stars.
I am posing in an ohm. Got the lotus position as best as I can manage because yes. Click Clock Woods.
Click Clock Woods.
As if going underwater didn't change the music of quality enough to give you that different ambiance. You've got 4 different seasons worth of Click Clock Woods varieties to just lose yourself in.
And special note about the underwater music in Banjo-Kazooie, it is not simply like they put an underwater filter on while you're underwater. It's quite literally like switches to different tracks in the song to create a more bassy, like mellow underwater mix of the song.
You crossfade right into, a whole different arrangement.
Arrangement, that's the word. Yeah, you go to Click Clock. You're gonna be turning into an ant, but you're gonna be okay with it.
You'll turn into so much, but you will love it. And the exploring, there's just the right amount of exploring in those games.
Yeah, I think that's
Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. Perfect.
I think that's right because I love my personal favorite is the Donkey Kong 64 of the sort of era of platformers, but it is. The collecting and exploring portion is insane.
They went pretty hard.
Yeah, you have to not only collect a level once, you have to collect a level as all the different characters because there's different color bananas that only they can eat. But Banjo, it's just you and Kazoo.
Yeah. I'm happy.
Good. Let me replace that emotion with perplexion because I brought a couple reviews. I thought I can find nothing but wholesome things about this lovely game. Let me go somewhere. Let me tread in a swamp and find something a little more edge. So I looked at Banjo-Kazooie's Nuts and Bolts for the Xbox 360. Universally hated upon release, I remember. But the reviews on GameStop do not reflect that. So let's read a couple reviews of this Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Marcus Phoenix 444 15 years ago reviewed this. Great game, great user-created content. First off, this game is freaking amazing. The user-created content, the graphics, and the humor. Rare really outdid itself. After Grabbed by the Ghoulies, I think most of us thought they were finished. But bam! This game comes out. The best thing about this game is the vehicle creation. It's easy to use and the wide variety of parts keeps you building. Sadly, the only way to have these parts is to go around collecting them. Which can get old pretty fast, but once you have good parts, the fun really starts. Another great thing is that you can make just about any vehicle from a helicopter to submarines to planes to cars. And anything else you can think of. The next best thing is the graphics. Their cartoony world and wonderful backgrounds really stand out. The final thing I want to talk about is the humor. Even the subtitles are tiny and hard to read, but once you read them, they will make you laugh out loud. No other game from Rare really stands out as much as this one. I hope that you will play it because it is worth the buy. 4 stars.
Okay, this is a child. This is a child who's written this review. This is someone who's never seen the likes of the Army Men franchise. This is someone who
never felt the joys of Hot Wheels for the fucking Windows 98 PC.
Yes. This is a baby's review. And while I appreciate the Grad by the Ghoulies drop, because if there's a game that just like looks of an era, that's certainly one of them.
Yeah. No, it is. That's funny you mentioned that because it is so like, it's a Xbox 360 era game before they figured out how to make games with that, in that technology, look not shit.
Mm-hmm.
I even think it was Xbox first, maybe. But what's great is Grab by the Ghoulies is a indirect sequel to Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Isn't that crazy?
I love that. Yes.
The most unlikely franchise to live on in any sort of way.
Well deserving. But I feel like I maybe like played 5 minutes of Nuts and Bolts at some point in my life, and like at my orthodontist's office when they had those sick decked out waiting rooms. And if it weren't a Banjo-Kazooie game, great. It's fantastic. It's fine. It's just like any other interchangeable game that you might rent from Blockbuster Video for a weekend and get a real kick out of. But when it's a Banjo game, it's missing the mark.
Yeah. I remember very clearly the conspiracy theory videos from that era, talking about how like they thought Rare really was making a Banjo-Kazooie game. And then Microsoft was like, hey, you got to put some fucking cars in this or something. They're like comparing the level sort of layout and design of some of the early levels to like the N64 and Banjo Tooie.
Okay.
And they're like, see, like, you know, if you place these collectibles this, place some enemies, put a lake here, boom, you have a real Banjo-Kazooie level. But instead it's for cars, so it's just empty and sad.
Yeah, empty.
Well, I'll read this other one I brought quick. It is, we said everything there to say, let me just read this one and we'll probably be on. One of the best games on the Xbox 360, says EKG Productions. 45 hours. That is the amount of time it took me to beat Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I spent 45 hours in a wonderful world with wonderful characters and AAA production values. This is the exact type of game that this industry doesn't have anymore, but should. The vehicle creation is so easy that I was able to build fully functioning vehicles in minutes as often as I wanted. The levels are so fun and so varied that you will never get tired of exploring and interacting with everything this game has to offer. If you're looking for something different and tired of nothing but shooters flooding the market, I suggest playing Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. It is one of the best games on the Xbox 360, hands down 5 stars.
Okay, I guess in contrast to lifeless shooters, maybe there is some semblance of entertainment from Nuts and Bolts, but...
Yeah, I mean, if I only played Call of Duty and Fortnite my whole life, which is like most of people that play games in our demographic, I guess Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts would be a breath of fresh air, but like... You know, after being in the fart mines for 20 years, a freaking cheese burp probably smells pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have a review?
I do. I'll just go for it. I've got a Yelp review from Yelp Elite, 5 years. Yelp user Matt H.
Oh.
I'm breaking the rules. This is something I wrote in 2021, so I barely remember it.
Perfect.
I'd always thought maybe I could I'm sure I just wrote so many of these when I was trying to get elite that first year that doubtless you could read me one and be like, oh, this is good writing. Wait. Is this me? So I've got a Yelp review of Woodman's Market, written by me in 2021. And it goes as such. If Phil Woodman released an album of his own ad spots, I would be the first to buy. The only trouble would be deciding if it would fit in the relaxing sleepy time audio, knowing how well I'm being taken care of by people and not corporations, or more in the workout mix. Better prices, 1, 2, better products, 3, 4, better people, 5, 6, because we're employee owned. Again! Woodman's feels small town because it has so many unique products you can only get off the corporate beaten path. It has that soda that only your grandma would buy. It has the cheese that your Youper friend swears by. And it has more flavors of ramen than you can possibly comprehend. A trip to Woodman's is a trip towards finding something new and something familiar, all at the same time. On my visit, the gem was black licorice tea, divine nectar that no one would dare share with me. Listen, I don't know if you've heard, but it pays to discover. That's right, no more just cash, no more just debit cards. Whip out that Discover card and pay like you know what you're doing. On your way out of the parking lot, swing in the gas station and fill up at Phil's price. Discover takes you all the way. I gave it 4 out of 5. What was I thinking?
I gotta tell you, man, moving to the Northwest, both as a gig worker and as a human that needs to purchase food from a grocery store in our capitalist system, I miss Woodman so much, almost viscerally. And I am the Youper friend in that review. Don't get it started. The cheese aisle. They got cheese.
The Wayuwaga.
That's what I should have brought some, man. The Wayuwaga smoked
provolone.
Yes.
Oh my God. When I found that in college, it was life changing.
And they have smoked cheese, string cheese. Oh my God. And it's a whole aisle. And the prices, would I kill for Woodman's grocery prices right now, man?
I have been shocked at some of I've been just hitting up the reduced sections as often as I can. Anytime I'm swinging by, which is like every other week for this one that's on my way to work. And they just have they'll set out big giant paper bags of bananas that are just ready to go, 99 cents for a big sack of bananas. You fill your freezer with these things. You got smoothies for days.
You know what else I like at Woodman's?
What's that?
It's just the soda section.
Yeah.
Not for the excessive amounts of impressive amounts of name brand representation. You're going to get any name brand soda you want. Nothing's missing.
For sure. Every flavor is sun-kissed.
Yeah. Some sun-kissed you've never fucking even thought of. It's like fucking Technicolor.
I feel that same way in the yogurt section, too.
Oh, yeah.
There's 100 varieties.
Yeah, if Costco is I always describe Woodman's as Costco, but instead of being product A and product B, which Costco very much is, you're lucky to have product B option for a lot of stuff there. Woodman's is like Costco if Costco had every single SKU of every brand. Every size, every flavor, every variation. The ice cream aisle makes me insane. It's like, how's Blue Bunny producing all these products that they sell no other place but Woodman's?
Right? Yeah, you can find Mickey Mouse ice cream bars you get at Disney World. Just maybe you can get that elsewhere now, but when I saw that, I went to Sheboygan late last year and ate at a restaurant where they had walnut burgers. And we get this from this hotel that's further upstate. They make it themselves. Woodman's has it in the freezer section.
Oh my, they're crazy, dude.
From this one random place.
And don't even get me started on the frozen pizza section.
Oh
Wow.
my God, yes.
And they always have a lady sampling one of the weird brands.
Yeah.
Oh, today we're sampling Husker Do's from Winnipeg, Wisconsin.
Like, oh, okay. If it's got cheese and sauce, I'm here.
Yeah, right. This has some toppings I don't usually mess with, like a mushroom and an olive, but it's free, so I will shovel it into my mouth. Yeah, and as a Instacart gig worker shopper, you just get the best batches, we call them, the best orders there, because people are filling up the cart and they are tipping. Woodman shoppers, they pass those savings on to you, gig worker. Or here, Fred Meyer is fucking shaking you for every penny you're worth. There's no money left to tip the gig worker.
Wow. That's a rough life.
It's rough. And I just, you think like, oh, when I move, I'll find an equivalent to Culver's. I'll find an equivalent to, I don't know, the Carhartt outlet, whatever else Wisconsin has. But I guess there's no equivalent to Woodman's. It's just wholly unique.
Yeah, it is. It's a special place.
Well, me and Matt have been gabbing. So I think we got to take a break, I guess.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Bye, guys.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to... I had lots of time to think about this, and lots of ideas and potential things, and just like the rest of the episode, it came to the last minute and I was like, I just got to do something. So we have a Reviewer Redux, I assume, because I certainly recognize this reviewer name and I assume it's from this website, and I certainly recognize aspects of the reviews, so I'm pretty sure this is the same person. I feel like I can hear my own voice saying this person's name. IMDb user A Different Drummer.
Oh.
Sound familiar?
A wild child. A maverick in the review nosphere.
The part of me is like, was that person on Amazon? I have no idea. It's all 250 episodes. It's all blurring together into just mush.
Yeah. What is it?
But there's definitely parts of as soon as I get to it, you'll be like, okay, if this isn't someone we've read before, it's like their brother. So I've got a handful of IMDb reviews from A Different Drummer, because Reviewer Redux is the segment where we revisit those reviewers who stuck out for some reason, good, bad, or ugly. And I'm going to start out with something nice and pleasant, and actually like a review I'm going to take to heart. This is Different Drummer's review of Flow, 2024 animated film. It's got the cat is in the water and there's fish all around. That movie, like the world floods, I don't know what happens. But A Different Drummer titles their review, Wow. And they write, electric, riveting, unforgettable, astonishing, mesmerizing, no dialogue, no humans, no famous voice actors. More proof that when the end of the world comes, you are better off hoofing it with another species. The movements of the animals are incredible. Cat owners in particular will recognize every nuance of motion. Going on my list of best films of all time, 90 minutes of pure magic, the many awards were completely justified. And now we are opening 2 levels of parentheticals. Designated IMDb top reviewer. Please check out my list, 167 plus nearly perfect movies, with the occasional anime or TV miniseries you can/should see again and again, 1932 to the present, 10 stars out of 10.
Oh, come on. Shilling when you a 5-star rubric, you should shell out 5s like crazy. A 5 should be nothing to give. 10-star rubric, that 10 should be untouchable nearly, you know? So it should be such a rare gift.
So you're saying 167 is like, come on, bruddy.
100, they're all 10 stars, those 167 reviews.
He says nearly perfect. I don't know.
Might be. Yeah. Well, fuck him then. Fucking. I'm you want to give some stuff 10 stars? Fuck you, buddy. You like things? That's how I feel. I mean, our voice actor is really that bad, also, is the other thing I guess I'm thinking about from that review. I like them.
I guess I appreciate it when it's not like just random movie star. Like, yeah, we got Matt Damon to voice a cat. Okay. I guess he'll do fine,
yeah,
but
that sucks sometimes. The Gal Gadot is voicing a fucking shrimp or something.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'll go to a different review here. A different type of movie. This is a review of Security, a movie no one's ever heard of, from 2017, starring Antonio Banderas. He's doing like a hero pose on one knee with 2 guns down at his sides, and his head's looking up all triumphant with fire and explosions behind him. Different drummer titles they review. You have to wonder, ... And they write, what the world is coming to when Antonio B., one of the few remaining macho A-listers, cannot get a proper job and has to take minimum wage as a mall cop. That's not precisely the arc here, but it is uncomfortably close. You can be assured that when the production team put this project together, they were not aiming for a mediocre review on IMDb. But you can't always get what you want. Production values are top-notch. Script cannot decide whether this is a sitcom or an actioner. And yes, indeed, Antonio is the only thing that keeps attention. He holds the camera like glue and makes the film more fun than it actually is. Designated IMDb top reviewer, blah, 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 blah. 7 out of 10.
I guess I got a couple things to say. One, no one making movies, I hate to break it to you, a different drummer. No one making movies gives a flying fuck about any user review on IMDb.
They're not thinking about you.
They are not considering you at all when making these. High budget, low budget, anything in between. The other thing is, does Antonio need the money? I don't think so. Does he want the money? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, if I were a working actor, something tells me I would enjoy working. Even if I've like got enough in the bank, what am I just going to do? Sit around? No, I still going to want to do things.
Yeah, let's say you got 3 months in a summer. A movie shoot takes a month or 2. And you think, well, I got, a month is plenty of time off for me. If I do this movie, that'll just pay all my taxes for next year. I'll just put that aside and boom, taxes are taken care of. Seems like a pretty straightforward decision. Whenever I see an actor in a commercial on TV, I don't think, wow, they need some more. Well, sometimes I might if they do, but most of the time I think, oh, they getting their money up.
Man, what is Alex Trebek doing on this Mutual Life insurance commercial? He's being a trusted voice. That's what he was doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, his bank account is just fine, let me assure you. But could he use a second Porsche? Probably.
Hey, why not?
Why not?
This year I like blue.
Yeah, that's just the kind of world they live in, a different drummer. I hate to break it to you.
I got a few more. This is a review for Joy of Horses, 2024 movie. I don't know anything about it. I don't think we need to know anything other than the title and what drummer has to say. They titled their review Heralding a New Generation of Targeted Movies. Targeted in quotes. The movie itself, all the telltales of a low-budget indie. That is, overlapping credit, writer, director, same person, static, overly lit scenes, unknown actors, static dialogue, static editing, no emotional punch, fails the Ebert watch test. I don't know what that is. The marketing? Another story entirely. Heralds a new generation of, quote, targeted movies that come out of the box with their own built-in set of influencer reviews. This film, which has already been picked up by one of the newer free streaming services, magically appeared on IMDb with stellar ratings of the same rarefied air as Star Wars or Godfather, and, astonishingly, some 24 user reviews supporting those ratings. However, if you sort those early reviews by, quote, prolific reviewer, you immediately see that virtually all early entries were generated by reviewers who, coincidentally, started contributing to IMDb only this year in 2024. Serious film fans need to take a moment to understand this new phenomena and adjust their film radar accordingly. Designated IMDb top reviewer, blah, 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 4 out of 10. I think bro's mad he got catfished. He saw a new movie with big, shiny reviews, and he's like, oh, Joy of Horses? Yes, let me watch. And it was Drek, and he's like, well, who reviewed this so well then? Oh.
Yeah, I think we usually appreciate when the reviewers do a little detective work for us as far as like the context. But yeah, I don't really appreciate it this time. You gotta own.
He's just too haughty-taughty about the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this one at least redeems him ever so slightly. I'll end on this review of Sweethearts 2024 rom-com-y type thing. I assume. We don't need to know what it's about. They title their review for Shipka fans and write, with a few thousand reviews here, I have discovered that some films only make sense if you put them in context. Films entirely about teenagers did not really exist until the 1960s, and even then most of those involved silly settings like the beach or the malt shop. By the 70s, creators had decided the real purpose of a teen film should be to scare other teens, hence the so-called slasher decade. By the 1980s, the teen film evolved again, and we had the raunch-com, Porky's, Revenge of the Nerds. This proved to be a popular spin, as evidenced by the fact that a half century later, they are still making them. Sweethearts 2024 is a raunch-com with a weak premise, duly supported by an equally weak script. The only redeeming factor is Shipka, who can mug and pout with the best of them. But at age 25, there are not a lot of teen roles left for her, so her fans should enjoy this while they can. 5 out of 10.
That's a little harsh and weird to say.
Right? Totally out of left field, man.
I know who Kiernan Shipka is. That's
Buffy, the new Buffy.
No, close. It's I can't even say the witch, Sabrina.
That's it.
Yeah, Sabrina, and she's been in a bunch of other stuff. She's actually was as a kid was in The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had a bit part in that and was pretty funny, I thought. Seeing her in that, I was like, damn, when you're a kid, you're funny. How come you're not funny in Sabrina? But I don't think that's her fault. That's, I think, directing and scripting.
Yeah, the tone. And
yeah, looking at this movie, it's definitely not for me. I'm not in the demographic this is aimed at. I don't think A Different Drummer is either.
Yeah, they're just... they want to get the credit of having watched and reviewed another movie.
Yeah, and it's just a lot. But I know Caleb Huron, a friend of the show, because he has a podcast that's funny, and we're funny, so we're friends, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He's in this movie, and he's funny, so might be worth
Might
watching.
be worth a watch.
Yeah.
You never know. It's got Christine Taylor. We love her.
Yeah, she's in
Dodgeball.
Zoolander, man.
Yeah, I think she's Ben Stiller's ex-wife now, but still, a lot of good feelings for her.
No, I support divorcing Ben Stiller 100%. Seems like a cool, funny guy. Respect a lot of his work. Hey, live your life.
Mm-hmm.
The kids of divorces. Let's go. All right. That's all from a different drummer, huh?
That is, yeah.
I think that's a fitting reviewer to feature for 250. Very emblematic about what bugs us about reviewers in general. I have this review. More stuff Matt likes. I don't know if you like this product specifically. It's more related to stuff you do, but I thought there would be funny ones. From Amazon, BF Smile Running Speed Training 56-inch parachute with adjustable strap, free carry bag. Speed shoot resistance running parachute for kids, youth, and adults.
I don't know if I've actually ever used one of these things, but I've been around people using them for sure.
It's like a track meet staple. The one kid who's warming up with the parachute.
Yeah.
Let's hear what Amazon Has My Heart and Wallet has to say. That's a chilling way to express your identity.
Yeah.
Amazon are awesome and fun. They title it, "My son loves this. I bought it as somewhat of a joke. He's very active, and so we thought it'd be funny to give him some resistance during his constant running, parentheses, outside, safe, supervised, etc. He loves it. He has us playing Mario Kart music while he runs up and down the street. The videos of him running in it are hysterical. I will say that it does tear if you come near anything while running with it on. My son ran past a vehicle and the parachute caught on something and knocked him onto the ground. 2 of the inside netting pieces detached and the black parachute ripped. Luckily, I know how to sew and patch it back up. But really, for $15, I would totally buy this again if I couldn't repair it. Such a fun and funny activity. I'm sure real runners will get satisfaction out of this too. It works great. 5 stars.
Oh, God. I hope it was a parked car that he was just dodging around and not...
I cannot help but picture a moving vehicle.
Yeah, that is what I pictured immediately. And the dang parachute getting caught on the rear view mirror.
Getting dragged down the highway. Mario Kart music plays on the JBL speaker.
Looking like the end of Pitch Black when that girl gets just juked right through the chest with the spiky alien thing and she gets dragged into the darkness and yeah. And Riddick is just like, dang.
With his parachute, not even Riddick can save you, man.
I think it's hilarious that the kid wants this music to be played. That might get old, but no, there's enough Mario Kart music where you could have a good variety.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure there's a wonderful hour and a half YouTube video that's like Mario Kart music to chill to. That's a nice medley.
You just hear the flap, flap, flap of that pair.
But knowing children today, I'm sure they just got the Star song on repeat. Dun, 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 dun. There's 3.5 hours of that while he runs in circles around the cul-de-sac, dodging Mazda 3s.
Good thing I sew. I can do some stitches right here in the lawn.
Good thing I can sew. My son cracked his whole fucking head open. I gotta patch that up.
We need to do a field dressing here.
They do have a picture. I'll send that over to Matt. of the child running.
Okay. That's a good length behind him. That's like perfect.
It does it. The parachute is about as big as this kid is, and he's wearing sandals.
I was gonna say, with the sandals, I'm glad he's got the heel strap. Otherwise, bold move.
But I can hear the clapping of his little feet with those sandals.
Especially because it seems like he's getting ready to do the Naruto run.
Yeah.
So his stride is going to be very just...
I'm realizing now, isn't a gift for a kid who likes to run, isn't running shoes a way better gift than this parachute?
A good pair of running shoes are transformative. I know, whenever I find a pair that I like, when they're just ever so light, it is miraculous. And I kick them off at the door if they're the old pair, and somebody's like, "Oh, those your shoes?" I'm like, "Yeah, you want to feel how light they are? I love them."
So light, it's lighter than even just lifting the air.
Yeah.
Do you have a review?
I must. Let's see what I've got. I've got a review that was sent to us by a friend of the show, friend of comedy, friend of Amazon, but not Jeff Bezos. Eric Martin got some reviews for Primeval Labs EAA Max powder review. This is like pre-workout, post-workout, all the workout type. One could almost say it's like a Sonic G Fuel chili dog flavor, but hopefully not gag worthy. Eric sent one review, and I tried to put it in context with a couple of other reviews, but I'll start with the one he sent. This is from Amazon user Cobrar, and it is titled, "What Did I Just Put in My Mouth?" They write, literally what the title says, "What did I just put in my mouth?" This literally tastes like pink lemonade mixed with dirt. Literally dirt. I do not typically write reviews, but this one deserves it. If you like the taste of dirt and lemonade, then this is for you. Hard pass for me. 2 stars.
I kind of like an earthy lemonade. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I'll take some dirt. Why not?
A little iron in there.
I mean, I don't know. Anytime you got it's the danger that you run. You have to expect any sort of mix in protein or vitamin or supplement. There might be some funky stuff in there.
When have you ever been recommended like some sort of exercise adjacent food, a supplement that hasn't been like the entire thesis of the recommendation isn't, this one doesn't taste like shit like all the other ones.
Right, that's the selling point. Right. The minerals. You know what's in dirt? Probably a decent amount of minerals. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's too far off the mark if it does taste like dirt. But hey, pink lemonade? If it were lemonade and dirt, I don't know. Maybe I would be with you. But pink?
The pink should alleviate all negative symptoms.
I mean,
it's festive.
It's so special. Here's another review. This person likes it. This is from Amazon customer. They just titled the review Primeval Labs EAA Max and write, "The flavor is amazing. Helps me to drink fluids since I crave the flavor. Mixes well, no clumps, has all the ingredients I want in EAAs. Price is good as well. I use their pre-workout as well, Untamed, and it is great. Solid company, 5 stars.
So no dirt flavor. Here, the mystery thickens.
This person craves the flavor. Maybe they got pica. Maybe they're a dirt eater.
Maybe they're a little dirt baby. Little mud puppy came out the sand.
Yeah, but you see children that just like kind of go face first into the sandbox and just maybe this is that person. And I'm not gonna taste shame them. But I'll end us with this review from Michael. Michael writes, "Don't poison yourself. Never thought I would need to look at the ingredient label for a health and fitness product, but here we are. Why are we still putting red number 40 in things? Don't poison yourself and just grab another brand's product. 1 star.
Live a little. Get a little red 40 in ya."
There is somebody who titles their review, "Has red number 40. Just realized this has red number 40. DNA damage." And then they still gave it 3 stars. It was good, though. I kind of liked the mutation.
Yeah, this thing will make you into a sludge monster on the ground, but hey, the pink lemonade really hits.
A pink lemonade slaps.
I really got a good pump after I had this.
I was juicing out, man.
I think energy or like workout supplements being bad, it's entirely the culture's to blame. It's like self-inflicted. If there weren't guys talking about how good their pump was,
God, yeah,
then
how much they were buzzing.
The buzzing, dude. I do not want that when I work out.
No, ugh.
I want my brain and my disposition to be as like normal as possible.
I want to feel like myself, just fairly awake and like filled with things that give me energy.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want to get it over with. And the buzzing demands your like your attention. It demands you're in the moment there, and I'm not ready for that. Unbuzz me, Captain. But I'm buzzing off this episode, so I think we better close it out, huh?
Yeah, let's buzz off.
Yeah, let's buzz off. You can buzz off shortly. First, we're going to tell you about stuff you can do to support us. But first of all, thank you for listening to episode 250 of ReviewParty.com.
Woo.
If you've made it to the end of the episode before, welcome back, Real One. We love you. It's your first time making it to the end of the episode. Wow. Welcome to the Real Ones Club. A great place to join. And if you'd like to send in a review like Eric, King of Comedy, did, thank you. We would love to have it. Oh, I didn't tell you about the new episodes every Tuesday, #Tuesday Reviews Day. There we go. If you'd like to send in the review like Eric did, email us, reviewparty.com@gmail.com. Give us your name. We'd love to throw you some credit for it.
If you want to reach out to us in some other way, shape, and form and be like even more a real one, even more on the Insiders Club, I mean, it's not that hard. Just find us on social media at reviewparty.com on Instagram and TikTok, at reviewpartypod on Twitter/X. You can also just find our content on YouTube, our own reviews on Letterboxd, and you can find a whole sack of bananas on reviewparty.com.
Less than 99 cents.
Less than 99 cents. It's practically free. Blog, shop, newsletter sign up, lots of blue colors and balloons and good times, friends.
Matt's adding little Easter eggs all the time. All the time I'm going to add a little blog post for an episode. I see a new little. What are you doing what are you doing down there, being silly on the website?
It's a living.
I live to leave good reviews on podcasts I like, so you should do that too. I'm just telling you. If you can leave a nice review, 5 stars, and it's funny, we'll probably read it on the show. You can also support us by following, subscribing, whatever that button is, wherever you listen to us. Hit it. It helps us tremendously. You can turn on notifications on Spotify. You can recommend to a friend who likes funny podcasts. All that good stuff. You know what it is. But you're really here for the review to send us off this week. This finisher this week, it took me a long time to find, so I hope it tickles some fancies. I just couldn't find one this week, but this one's okay. Hi, Rui.
Soccer shin guards for shin pads for kids for youth adult calf compression sleeves with honeycomb pads. Support for shin splint, baseball, boxing, kickboxing, MTV lightweight 1 pair.
MTV what?
MTB.
Okay.
Titty broadcast. I don't know. Rosie Pies Herrera titles their review reviewed. They write, live them. 5 stars.
It's a way of life.